Alright, let's see if we got everything for that. Looks like I got the room on my computer. Excellent. Alright. I'm not sure if Dream's going to be joining us for FNF. It's fine if he doesn't. He has mission dev to do. Whew. Should be good, though. I'll be covering at least around 1 and 2 for Friday Night Fights. And then I'll be going and playing some on the ground stuff. So let me go ahead and put the prediction up for you guys. Let's go ahead and set it with a 20-minute timer. It's between Blue 4 and Op 4. Sorry for abruptly ending the previous stream. It was a matter of, okay, that just happened. And then I had to kind of sit with myself, review footage, and go, all right, do I need to process ban reports? And I did. I processed too, because I can't tolerate that shenanigans, man. If people are gonna start like randomly breaking rules and then think it's okay, then no, I gotta start giving bans again. I don't like to do it, but nah, fam. Like in a PvE, if that was PvE, I probably would not have. But PvP, where it's literally, you know, you're fighting against other people in the community, nah, I can't. I gotta draw a line somewhere, and that, unfortunately, has to be the line. But, c'est la vie. I don't feel good about it, but people made their choices. Even if it's accidents. Regardless, let's go ahead and cover FNF. So, Blue 4 are going to be defending 3 sectors in Old Essaker here. The map is New Essaker, by the way. Op 4 has 3 choices of spawn point. Op 4 have a few vehicles, 2 BRDMs, and an 8% number advantage for this round. FNF, I think we're sitting at around 40 or 50 players here. Essaker, pretty simple AO to assault. You're probably going to want to see Op 4 spawn on the northern side, because this southern side is a really bad idea. We do have the MSR added, so maybe this is where the BRDMs are going to come in, and then they'll come across. Might be able to see the BRDMs provide some long-range support from across the area here. Then again, between that and driving through a big city, I think this might be the slightly better choice. Maybe have one BRDM come from the MSR to support the players here, and the other one shooting across right there. Have the rest of the player base spawn right here, and just have them run right in through the industrial zone. Everything else, I mean, far spawns are far spawns, you know what I mean? So from here, it's just an infantry rush, and you're taking the sectors. Not really a lot of strategy with Op 4 beyond that. Just pick the close zone, go in, send a force maybe on the northern side, send the rest on the southern side. Try to make an L-shaped attack, take this area, try to stage from it, and then take the sectors one at a time. BRDMs, again, you can have one support you directly. You can have another one support you from across the river. I don't know if they'll be able to drive through the bridge, because I think the bridge has a bit of blockage on it that's going to prevent a vehicle, but the BRDMs are amphibious, so it could always just cross the river. Beyond that, though, I don't think we need to see anything fancy on this game file. It's just a matter of rush in, kill who you can, and it's left as like a 20v20 at that point. How you doing, Everick? Alright, 1 second. Alright, cool. Just making sure everything is carried out. But yeah, I wrote a few notes for that Maniac with Saw game mode for myself. We're trying to remember them on the top of my head because I wrote them down in the feedback channel. I'm going to add a few more guns, but they're going to be like super light caliber, like a 9mm with maybe like, you know, 6 or 9 bullets, or a 1911. So like, you know, you could kneecap Jason and potentially slow him down, but if you try to like go for the headshot, you're probably not going to get it and you're going to get killed. I might add either one additional shotgun or more shotgun ammo to the pool. That way it's not just that one item you're looking for. And then I might put a real 5.56 mag in the drop pool just as like, okay, if you're really that lucky, there it is. But there's going to need to be a second escape vehicle. And then just, I guess, a complete clarification of if you kill Jason or hurt Jason outside of the ways you're supposed to, I'm just going to span you for 7 days. Because it's like, bruh, what are you doing? Beyond that, there might be 1 or 2 additional points, but I have it written in feedback, and we'll see when we get the time to do it again. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and cover the mission details. So our tasks, Blue 4 are defending 3 areas here in the old town of Essaker. Op 4 are trying to assault them. 1,000 meters of render distance, 100 fortified points per player. Color's going to be green, and it's our standard. It shouldn't be a 65-minute match, but it's a 60-minute because they shaved 5 minutes off a safe start. All right. Notes, the visible Op 4 safe zones close to the objective only contains 1 squad-size element, which has been cut off from the rest of the force, so the rest have to be routed in. List of vehicles are present in the other safe zones. The east and west sector objectives have a timer of 30 seconds, and the safe start timer has been reduced. Okay, it's 8 minutes. So about half, because usually it's 15. I like that. So east and west are only 30 seconds, but the center one is a minute, so that's the most important one. Background here, 5 weeks after the siege of Essaker, successful flank. Russian Union commencing their assault on the old city, and the Czech opposition are fighting them off. So it's Op 4 Russians versus Blue 4 Czech. And the rest is flavor. Otherwise, no performance tweaks. Looking at our rosters here, Op 4 is Russian Spetsnaz, AK-74s, SVDs for the marksman rifle, RPKs for the light machine gun, RPG-7s for the light anti-tank, GP-25s for the grenadier weapon, and PKPs for the medium machine gun. They have 7 Gaz transports and 2 BRDMs. Blue 4, meanwhile, is infantry only, but they're Czech forces, so SA-58s, damn. The Grenadiers get M4 platforms. I think those are Mark 18s with 320 launchers. SVDs for the marksman rifle, mini-me's for the light machine gun. No, that's FN Mag, which is either the British or the French medium machine gun, but it's still chambered in 7.62x51. And then you have the FN Mag. No, that's French, because it's not a GPMG. And then you have the AT4 for their single-shot disposable. Looking at the sides, we've got about 4 squads on each side here. So Oddball going to be commanded for Blue 4, Swole leading Alpha, Tackleberry, Ash, Banks, Mike, and Kabubi. Bravo being led by Riley with Emil and Holtz. Charlie being led by Bursty Fawn, Snodgebear, and Major Khan. Cheeseburger leading Delta with Fredico, Zixme, Waldo, and Tomer. Jesse leading Op 4, Cats leading Alpha with Whiplash, Wise, Yanni, Finn, Grab, Nekomata, and Malin. Actually, might be Yanni leading because he has a slash in his name. Bravo being led by Owo with Gouliat, Fancy, Pingus, and Lurch. Delta being led by Sergio with Martino, Pravit, Ilian, Korsanik, Alba, and Todd. And then Echo has Dobbs, and Charlie has Rambo Bambo Rocky 19. We'll see how many vehicles they decide to bring in, but it looks like Op 4 starting with Alpha in the close zone here. So these guys are going to have to basically set a position for the rest of the force to come in on. And then looking at the other spawn, so the BRDMs are down here across the river. And then we have the rest of the force spawning up here with some gases for transport. So yeah, we'll see what the BRDMs are used for, if at all. I think it would be a semi-decent idea to have the BRDMs be... I mean, especially with this elevation, you see. 0.46 versus 0.20 means you got 20 meters of distance over them. You could use it to potentially get some pickoffs here, at least suppress. But that is quite interesting to see. Anyway, one sector is right here. We got a little bit of an urban... Not really an urban, but kind of a building or an archway to cover. You got across the way. I don't think this is technically in the... Oh, no, the tower's part of the sector. Okay. So that is part of the control zone. The other one, which is only 30 seconds, is over here. It's this little bastion. This is just grenade bait. Is the tower part of it as well? It is, but not the entirety. There's some corners that aren't. And then the middle area is the amphitheater. This has a bunch of little towers as well, but it's in a bit of a divot, so not really good for holding on that side. But you have a lot of ruins in this area. It's rare where we see people fighting over the old castles or the ruins, so this should be interesting here. But we'll see how things go. Overall, if I was Blue 4, I would definitely set up my marksmen or my machine gunners into these areas here. But beyond, I'm going to be honest, I don't see Blue 4 leaving the actual perimeter of the amphitheater. There's a few spots that they could hold, but I mean, if they're raw and Op 4 comes in from a different angle, those units are going to quickly find that they're completely out of position. But I could also see Blue 4 trying to push units further out, but if Blue 4 puts out too many forces from the center AO, then... I don't know. That's kind of just, defeating themselves in detail by separating themselves out too much. Everett coming in saying that he added more sound to the VODniks. All right, we'll see it. But Everett, he did just release an update for 3CB Factions, a November update. Added a lot of cool stuff, cool factions. Can't wait to mess with it more. But otherwise, this is... I'm trying to think. We have 3 more streams. It's this one, FNF, then we're going to be on the ground in the 5th OML, and then we're going to be doing DayZ, which, speaking of, yes, 3CB did add an AA12. I need to ask Dream. If he's down to run sound bites tonight. And then let me ask Razor if he's down. Tab out real quick and check. All right, getting all that sorted. And at that point, we should be good to go. At least I hope. All right, cool. A feature piece in your op. Oh, no. Looks like Blue 4, they only spawn on the amphitheater area, so they're going to have to drive out. But that also means they can only fortify these specific positions. So it looks like they turned one of the towers into a machine gun nest, which is quite cool to see. And then it's got some outside ramps there. But safe sector has been dropped. I'm a little concerned with the amount of players I see over here. Round has officially begun, so at least one team is going to be taking a BRDM, but in starting separate, I'm just worried that they're not going to be able to coordinate effectively. Oh yeah, those vehicles are much louder. Cool. Looks like Pogrim's AFK. AFK marksman, I mean, not the worst thing in the world, but when we're down to, like, what, 25v25, give or take, every player matters. So Katz might be trying to climb in this tower. He's not going to find good eyes from here, though, unless he can climb up to here, which, yeah, it's doable, but there's no cover over there, but he does have access to some of these overwatching positions. Spent today working between the old UAZ van and the modern Typhoon VDV 30mm MRAP. I can't wait to see those. Those are pretty cool. Riley just... interesting. And Blue 4 is also being given a 50 cal static. That's going to help him counter any BRDMs, though, and completely negate its use from across the river, because the 50 cal can just be brought up and then they can mag dump the side of it. So BRDM is now effectively useless. Riley healing himself. I don't know what happened there, if he vaulted the wall or whatnot, but damn. Ooh. Just oof to that. And I'm waiting to see if we have answers from Dream and Razor. Razor I absolutely need on because he's the admin. Dream, I mean, soundbites can be optional. We can have him off one day. I can just get murdered by the menu. But I know there's potentially 2 new DayZ servers being worked on, so we'll have some fresh hell there soon. Alright. Opt for moving up slowly. BRDM, both are being taken. I wonder again if they're using the bridge. Looks like there isn't any obstructions on it, though, so they can just drive right over. And they do have a squad of infantry that they will need to dismount. Which one's GW, Ian? Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That is Ghost Wolf. He is coming back. Yep, he's working on one of the two. That's cute. All right, you got the Vodniks coming in now. There's a third one coming in. Looks like Pogrom moved up to one, and now he's coming in because he was a little late. That's fine. But Op 4, I think, are choosing this area to be their staging point, and Blue 4 are just kind of scoping out the rest of their defensive positions. Lots of towers they can get in on and whatnot. We'll see if they're utilized, though. It's funny, we see a tower actually set scaled up and used as terrain right there. And we got some turned over walls here to use as ramps. I wouldn't, yeah. Deer Island's a bit too big for my taste, but Namalsk, I always love going back to Namalsk on DayZ. That DayZ map will always have a special place in my heart, and I look forward to getting murdered by Vorkuta Bear again. Goddamn Vorkuta Bear. Oh, you guys are going all the way up here. The issue about up here is the BRDMs might not have the defilade to shoot down. But how many people are... This is literally like a third. Actually, closer to half of the player base. It's between like 33 and 50%. So if all of them go up here and these guys then try to assault, that's just a classic defeat in detail there, and it's going to extend the round. Deer Island's getting endgame content? Nice. Yeah, I want to run into that black smoke monster thing again. That was... terrifying. That was honestly fucking terrifying. Because it ate me, and then I got teleported to the bottom right of the map, which was just this massive gas island, and I died because I didn't have gas equipment. That was terrifying. Breaking your leg once with a 50 cal sniper and just leaving you down in Athena too. Oh, that's evil. Alright, Pogrom coming in. No, I think Namalsk is like the perfect size for the amount of players we have go on and off that server, personally. That's just my opinion. Now Blue 4 is just waiting with bated breath. They're not going to win this time, though, because it's still a 50-minute round. If it was a 30-minute round, then maybe, but this gives Op 4 so much time to stage from. What really is concerning me, though, is the sheer amount of people with these BRDMs down here. They're not needed. And I think Command's now driving down to potentially grab these guys and just rally them down to the south. Or he's going to help coordinate them. I don't know, but... I don't know. Then you have Blue 4 doing this really even defense all around, so it might just be enough. Blue 4 might just be spread out enough so Op 4 might be able to break through, but, I mean, Blue 4 also have really good positioning here. Oh, Brodro, it wasn't your fault. No, I already dealt with that. Don't worry about it. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. You're the one that got metagamed. So, I apologize for ruining the rest of the op for you. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. That's what it's all about. No, I think most people enjoyed their time. If not everyone, it's just, you know, we had a few interesting things happen that up, and I dealt with both of the instances. Alright, so far, neither side... Oh, no, T has been killed. Well, if he wasn't killed, he would definitely get killed by that round, so he's one of the blue 4 marksmen. So I wanna look at Jesse's vehicle here. Okay, so he grabbed some of the people and he's just leaving those vehicles down there. Okay, good. So he's at least trying to bring those infantry over. He might try to deploy them on a different angle though to outflank. Yeah, I'm actually really happy about that, Char, because it would be a potential waste of manpower, but you still see that Blue 4 is kind of spread out looking around. But with how spread out Blue 4 is, that might allow for Op 4 to get into this zone here. You got Pingus coming in forward here. Oh, fuck. I could... Oh, do I have enough Bloodwing brownie points right now to maybe ask for a coffee? I think I'm running low on those right now, though. I had to spend a lot of them to convince her to go for a Deathclaw cosplay. Alright, here we go. BRDMs are now firing. That's suppressing Mike. I almost saw Pingus get red on Reddit there. You saw the machine gun fire landing close by him. Bloodwing has brownie points. I mean, we could call it brownie points. We could call it wife aggro. What terminology should we use for it? Did one of the players? I thought I saw a guy disappear here, but it might have just been that. But okay, Fawns also got picked off. Ash also got killed. Ash might have bugged out, though, because there's no Op 4 over here to kill him. So we'll see if Ash gets respawned, because I think that was a debug death. With Bloodwing giving me health insurance, I should be making her coffee. You know, you have a fair point there. All right, Kabubi gets the first Op 4 kill. That was on Fancy. Explosive charges going off in the tower. Holtz is trying to bait a few Op 4 there. Hearing more charges coming out. GL comes in, knocks Pingus out. So now Blue 4 is being very creative here. Another charge comes down. And it looks like he gets GL'd, though. It wouldn't have mattered because he would have killed himself with that charge anyway. Well, killing, I am very good at convincing people. Ooh, is that a grenade? Mike just got a double kill with a knockout. Beautiful grenade throw. There's the triple. Damn. Other groups coming around this side. They have Jesse in the zone, but it looks like Frederico is in the corner of the zone and preventing the capture, so Op 4 need to get a second player in there. $11.5 points on Blue 4, 11 point. Wow, so that's nearly dead even. This could go either way at this point. Satchel goes off, takes out one of the towers. No Op 4 were around there, though. Jesse's still looking around, trying to see who else might be in the sector. But it's Frederico in the corner of it. He's not even watching this side. He's watching the opposite. BRDM's getting a kill, suppressing where they can. Hi, baby. Could I trade a coffee, and in exchange, if this when this stream ends, I'll give you a foot massage? Cappuccino? I know, but I'll make it a 10 or 15-minute foot massage. Do we have a deal? Huh? We can make it a 20-minute foot massage. Yeah? Yeah? Deal. Ah! Alright, I might be slightly late on the 5th OML stream after this one. Why was I searching for Deathclaw costumes now? I don't know. Why were you searching for it? Alright, Rambo's moved up. Both of the outskirt sectors have been completed. Op 4 are slowly using explosives to take out some of the towers Blue 4 was using. But now the BRDMs, I think they're being ordered to now push past the bridge and come in for the final assault. If anything, to give Op 4... That's another 4 infantry members, potentially, for manpower. Mike has a really good angle here. He's suppressing these guys. Gets another kill. Mike should be on 4 right now. But he takes Pingus's RPG to the face. And Riley misses all of those shots. Mike was on 5 kills, though. He was saving it for Blue 4. And he gets a just reward. So Op 4 are able to get more people in the zone. All right, they get Frederico in the tower. BRDM's coming up. What bet did I lose? You mean what bet did I win? Anyway. I really do appreciate the sheer amount of AT I'm seeing being used as shock weapons, though, to just insta-kill infantry. It's scummy, and I absolutely love it. Insta-kill your opponents. Use every advantage you can in PvP. Because why not? Snodgepair's knocked out. And double tap by Pilgrim. Good to know, Ian. Thank you. All right, so Oddball's trying to maneuver the 50 cal around. More AT is heard, and one of the BRDMs is immediately blown away. RPG is fired into Bursty and knocks him out. So Bursty literally burst. And yes, I will make that joke every time. The other BRDM got flipped on trenches. So both BRDMs have been knocked out from play. Malin comes up, gets the double tap. Huh? No, no. What evidence do you have that I ate all the cream puffs? Huh? Okay, I owe you cream puffs now. I was hungry. Anyway. Oddball gets the kill on that one Op 4 member. I just lost brownie points there. She found the empty tin of cream puffs. Minus 15 blood win points. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Anyway. Grenade gets thrown in Riley's building. Riley doesn't notice. It only wounds him, though. Cripples him. Grenades go back and forth, but Riley's stuck in the building. And he gets killed by the second grenade. And he was crippled, so he couldn't run out of it. Ah. I think Op 4 have a slight number advantage at the moment. Can Blue 4 turn it around? It's going to be up to individual actions here. I'll just make cream puffs from scratch. It'll be fine. Lost karma. Damn. All right. Look, I'll make fresh ones. All right. It'll be fine. Emil cannot seem to line up the headshot with the SVD. Panic throws a nade. Pingus is running right to the sector, though. Op4's capturing it because no Blue 4 are in the sector itself. More AT being fired. Jesse's running up, killing people. It's only Rizbo in here. Jesse runs out of ammo and ducks around. He gets killed, but then Todd comes up and gets the kill. Sector timer still going down here. Blue 4 don't have anyone in the zone itself. Emil's running in. And then running out. Taking some crossfire. More crossfire from Pravit. Now it's up to Swola. Swola's the closest in the zone. Can Swola channel his inner Audrey Hotto and win the match? Okay, Cat should be dead. What was that? Grav gets the kill. Sector almost taken. Emil forced to run in. Has a PKP. Hold on. Emil might channel his inner Audrey Hotto now. Yeah? I don't think he has the time, though. Wait, no. Zixby entered the sector last second. It prevented the capture. It's a 2-on-2. More Op4 can come in. Dobbs gets knocked out. Zixby killed. That's going to recontinue the timer, though. Because technically Dobbs is still in the sector. It's up to Emil, but Emil might be stuck bandaging. More infantry running in. Now Op4 has the number advantage. It's ticking up.
Send in goat teams.
Zamardi, thanks for the 40-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this, and it's GG. Great last-second maneuvering by Blue 4, but it wasn't enough. And he's dead. Just another day, right? Alright, Nem's conducting reviews real quick to let anyone write whatever they need. I thought this mission was pretty good. I thought the balance was good. The only thing I didn't agree with was giving Blue 4 a 50 cal, but I know why they gave it. It's because Op4 had a little more than the 8% number advantage. But this is a really nice AO that Blue 4 can set a lot of ambushes on through the towers, but if Op4 get close enough to the towers, they're just going to satchel them. But both sides did a really good job of utilizing AT as shock weaponry, and there was at least 4 or 5 kills from AT use alone, which is great to see. Hold on. Trolling Ian. Alright, so we'll cover round 2, and then I gotta disappear, because I have to make good on promises. Anyway, let's go ahead and pay out that prediction. Alright, our second round. Yeah, the BRDMs, I mean, it's support assets, but it is what it is. Oh, God, there's a lot to write here. All right, Zagorsk Reserved Forest. Great. Alright, this is round 2, where Blue 4 is attacking and Op 4 Cache, Sector, and Terminal. If I can spell right. Cool. Blue 4 has a 5% numbers advantage. An M1117. An LAV-25. And... hold on. Transport and a Sea Stallion, the CH-53. While Op4 has a BMP-3, a BTR-80 Alpha, and 2 Chord Statics. So Op4 packing some pretty powerful autocannons here. I'd imagine the 1117 is probably rescripted with an autocannon too. But we'll see how it plays out. Hey Valk, Maniac Wasaw was pretty good. I'm gonna run it again. We just need to do some balancing changes. But all the players seem to enjoy it. It just definitely took them a few moments to kind of learn the balance. Fallout map is ready. It just needs its loot added to it. And that's on me. I need to add that, and then I also need to publish the Fallout trade documents. If there was one thing I was going to get done today, it's going to be the Fallout trading document stuff. I'm also hoping to get the mission file done and then start working on another planned mission for Monday. But today's going to be a lot of streaming. I also need to do some video editing because I'm a little behind on that. So, yes, there will be Easter eggs. Just ask Valk. Valk is the resident Arma slave at the moment. So you know how Bloodwing beats me to make Arma 3 missions? I beat Valk to get the Arma missions. It's great. It's just a cycle of beats. You know, maybe I shouldn't say that on Twitch. I have way too much fun with this job. Goddamn. Yep, and Ian is the resident server slave. Who does Valk beat? My immediate response was something that I probably shouldn't say. We beat Valk for the Easter eggs? Yes. Thank you. I'll time it 20 minutes after this round, okay? It's okay. It will, but it's fine. Ah! Yeah. So like I said, you know, Bloodwing beats me, and I beat Valk, and Valk beats herself. Off. Anyway, I couldn't resist. As my nose! Ah! Please! Please! I'm just a streamer! Why?
I'm just a
No. Alright. We're just waiting for the both sides get slotted. Huh?
I need my fucking payment.
Oh, head pet?
No, my keys.
Oh. Mwah.
That's right.
I thought it would be the 20-minute foot massage after this.
Yeah, but there's a tax.
Oh, tax. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, yes. Domestic happening live on stream. Is it domestic if I like it, though? Wait, I'm not supposed to say that out loud. Damn it, inner voice. Keep your mouth shut. Ah, coffee. Anyway, how's everyone's day? Hope everyone's having a good one. And if not, I hope it gets better. If not today, then maybe the week. Or after 7 days. Who knows? Isn't this the... I wouldn't say it like that, Killing. It's good? Good. Ian, I am sorry that Aftermath keeps updating. You have to manually do it. That's the one thing that I do kind of... I do apologize for. Damn, Broadshore. Okay. Okay. I was about to say something, but I'm not. I'm not going to be mean. Anyway. Trying to think what our plan is for the weekend. There will be streams Sunday. But what do I have planned? So this Saturday... Actually, hell, I have a schedule on my phone. So let me just open it up. So, for this week, for the weekend specifically, we only have one planned stream Saturday. That is the 3 o'clock with the 31st Steel Legion. We're continuing their campaign, having them fight Tau. Sunday, usually, I have 2 D&D sessions back-to-back. However, there is one that often cancels. That's the first one. So, with it canceling, that means the only other time I have for the D&D session is... brain. Why is my brain blanking? Is the later one. So, I might run something Sunday morning. If I do, it's going to be after I do the Trader and the Fallout stuff, though. But we'll see if I'm feeling like, deploying anything to run Sunday morning. After that, I'll be doing stuff with the SOG Prairie Fire guys. And then I might dip in for the first hour or two with a Terminator community that I've been meaning to do stuff for weeks for. But when I was going to start doing stuff with them is when my DM for my second session decided I feel like rerunning our campaign because we took like a year off on like a hiatus, which I'd rather play D&D. But, funny timings. But, actually, no, that wasn't the second session's fault. That's the first session's fault. Sorry, misapplied blame. Regardless, we'll have like 2 or 3 streams on Sunday because, time opened up. But that won't be a weekly thing. That's just, when things happen. Next Saturday, though, is when things get nuts. Because we have... Yeah. Oh, my God. We have 2 MCOs back-to-back. The first one is Dr. Booms. That'll be officially announced in my community on Monday. And then we have Devour King's LZ X-Ray. This will be like the 3rd or 4th year he's done it. But he has like 80 people signed up for it. It's nuts. It's become an official SOG event and everything. And then hopefully we'll have Stillwater. We won't have Stillwater tomorrow, though, because I'm taking Bloodwind out in a day. But even then, I don't think Stillwater's going on because the government's still shut down. Don't ask how those are related. I actually don't know. It's just that's how it works. But it turns out Stillwater is actually funded by a CIA slush fund, which makes sense because I actually get paid for that one. Yeah, so it turns out Stillwater security is actually run by a bunch of feds. It's a honeypot. But it only operates when the government's up. Isn't that crazy? I probably shouldn't even be talking about that. But then again, they're not even watching because they're not doing anything because the government's shut down. So I'm safe. For now. But yeah, the more you know. That's not even one of my craziest Arma stories. It's one of them, though. It's like mid-tier. I still think the highest crazy Arma story was when I had to do work with the Chinese government. But I didn't know it was the Chinese government. God damn. No, I will not. Anyway, there will be no explanation. That's just something that happens. All right, when you do Arma for like nearly 10 years, you accumulate a lot of crazy stories. I've killed communities in the weirdest ways possible. I've worked for a very wide range of clientele. 50 plus social credit for not explaining. Exactly. I have crazy DDoSing stories, and I have a bunch of memes to fill in the blanks in between. That's all I can say on the matter. I will say this, though. Fun fact, the Chinese government does use Arma 3 to train their troops. Funny enough. This was years ago. And the only way, I only realized what was going on well after the fact when someone sent me an article as a joke, and I'm like, wait. I'm in the picture. Anyway. Yes, we have killed a community with an Alstalfo meme. That is also, I think, my favorite community killing story. I think technically we almost killed a second community with it, too. I'm not going to get into the full story of that one, but that was... someone posted a feminized version of Alstalfo because Alstalfo's a trap, aka it's a boy dressed like a girl, but someone then redrew her as a girl, and that offended someone in a different community so much that they went into their community and killed their own, caused their own community to die because they had a massive meltdown. That was Vix's community. Before they rebranded and became the 5th. And it was and I think the meltdown was over me because it was my community that this person saw it in, but it was also because I had started working in that community on behalf of Vix. But because of my relation, the community just died. Because some people are really silly on the internet, that's for damn sure. That was what? 4 years ago? God, a lot's changed in 4 years, because now she hates my guts. Oh, man, that's another funny story. Ah, man. Sorry, I thought I heard... That was weird. Anyway, sorry, I heard stuff upstairs, and I'm like, what the hell? Charlotte, it's because, from what I remember, the person that had the meltdown was a trans person, and I guess they had low self-esteem about their identity. And maybe they were also having a really bad day with it, and then just seeing that apparently provoked them. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really don't know. Like, I've met a lot of very unstable individuals as someone that works a job on the internet. But, you know, I've also met plenty of trans people that are chill. And hell, I hang out with quite a few of them all the fucking time. Like, they're my friends, but there are some people out there, regardless of their background, that are just mentally unstable. I'm not saying it's all trans people. I'm not saying it's always going to be that scenario. It's just a matter of some people on the internet are just crazy. And I completely agree with that. But, you know, some people just... You never know. It's weird. But it is what it is. But I try my best to avoid those people because, you know, it's just... You never know when you're going to be on their bad side. I learned that the hard way recently. But regardless, let's go ahead and do our prediction here. And let's cover round 2. Then I got to disappear for a bit. And then we will have, whatchamacallit. On the ground, I think Valkyrie's going to be joining me for that op as well. But on the ground in the 5th. All right, let's have a look. So we have the Sea Stallion right here. Is it armed, though? Ah, they got the rear 50 cal. That's nice. True mental stability is a myth. I agree with that. No one is ever 100% stable. And if they claim to be, then they're either a Buddhist monk or they really do have their shit together. Oh! We're seeing the BTR 90s now being used. So this is one of the new assets that came out with the 3CB Factions update. And you can tell I just drank the damn coffee because I'm speaking quicker. Ah, delicious. Regardless, let's go ahead and cover the objectives here. So Op 4 is defending a BTR, defending a terminal, and a sector location. Blue 4 are trying to purge all those objectives. Render distance is 1,500 meters for both sides. Fortify color is going to be green. 100 fortify points per fortifier,
Next
the
round
engineers.
they actually get to use the damn thing.
Oh, Malin, lucky. I'm not going to be here, though. But I hope that goes well. Nonetheless, Malin is the head honcho for Friday Night Fights. Thank you for the 86-month resub, Malin. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. That's so redundant to say because he runs the damn thing. But I digress. All right, notes. Both Mike teams have one HE rocket, and the CH-53 has the GAU-21 cannon, but it only has 20% of the 50 cal ammo. Fair. Otherwise, mission rules: don't build in the top layer of buildings, with the exception of one layer of sandbags. Increased hacking time for the terminal, so it's 120 seconds. Increased capture time for the sector, so it's 180 seconds. That's 2 and 3 minutes, respectively. And then Blue 4, if the helicopter is chosen, pilot slot has to be taken, and one squad, a minimum of 6, needs to be airlifted using the helicopter, so they can't just use it as a gunboat. So they have to be deployed somewhere to field the asset. They can't just use it as a flying platform. Otherwise, Blue 4 are Marine Woodland kits. No background. All right. So we've got Mark 18s with a 320 GL. The 320 has that separate trigger tied to it. But the difference is they can range it, I think, to like 300 meters compared to the 203, which is only ranged at 250. We also have the 249, the AT-4 for the light anti-tank weapon, Mark 11 for the marksman rifle, Carl Gustav for the Mike team, the AT medium anti-tank, and then the MP7 for the crew. Otherwise, we have the CH-53 with a GAU-21 turret, aka Sea Stallion. It's a naval helicopter. They only have 176 bullets for it, though. God, what a tease. We got 2 transport Humvees, the LAV-25 with the 25mm autocannon, 8 Humvee transports, and then the 1117, which has been rescripted to also have a 30 or 25mm autocannon. Otherwise, looking at Op 4, Op 4 have Russian VDV kits, so it's AK-74s with SVDs, RPKs for the light machine gun, GP-25 for the grenade launcher system, RPG-7s for the light anti-tank, PKPs for the medium machine gunners, RPG-32 for the medium anti-tank, the MAT team, and then PP-2000s for the crew. They've got 2 Cord statics, 2 Gaz transports, a BTR-80 Alpha with that autocannon, and the BMP-3. Its cannon is removed, the bigger gun, with the exception of the smaller autocannon that is still there. And then it has the front hull gunner seats as well as the PKT tied to the main turret. Otherwise, looking at our sides, Jesse is going to be commanding Blue 4, Nemesis leading Alpha with Whiplash, Nekomato, Dobbs, Lurch, and Grab. They are probably going to be the helicopter group. Delta being led by Cheeseburger with Zixme, Fancy, Frederico, and Rizbo. Cats, Iander, Cullis, and Yanni being the Moz team. Iander being the AT gunner because he is the AT god. Golf, Bursty, and Snotchberry being together in Golf 1. Golf 2 has Henry and T. Golf 1 is going to be the 1117. Golf 2 is going to be the LAV-25. And then Hotel is going to be Pierce. Holy shit! The man, the myth, the legend behind the infamous Pierce play. He's flying. And I know why he's flying. He's flying because guess what? In the sky, there is no cover. You just have to charge right in. He's literally at home here. I love it. And, of course, Wise being the co-pilot. Otherwise, Op 4 has no command. It is going to be Charlie being squad led by Pingus with Oo and Gouliat. Delta has Martino, Praviat, Ilian, Alba, and Todd. Echo has Major Khan, Waldo, Watts, Watson, Oddball. The RPG team for Mike is Swola being the gunner, with Tackleberry leading, with Mike and Ash being the assistants. And then Rambo, Pogrom, and Giovanni taking the BMP-3, and Banks and Kabubi taking the BTR-80 Alpha. So Op 4 with no command, that's going to be interesting. It might be someone late joining, so it might be someone like Depso. But otherwise, let's have a look at our AOs here. So, tucked away in this area right here is the BTR-90. Hell yeah. We then have the sector marked right here, which is this tall building. You can get on the top stories here. You can get on the edges of the warehouse right there as well. And then the terminal, which is in here, tucked away in another one of these buildings. So overall AO, you have a nice little outer perimeter fence, and then you've got a lot of buildings that have second story access from these barracks to the open rooftop of this building here, because it's not like the DayZ one where you can just run out the sides and whatnot. And then you've got multiple of these buildings which you can get into this top floor access. Really great for Overwatch, really bad if the enemy has an autocannon and they just start plinking the hell out of the top, because those 25 or 30 millimeter rounds will pen and absolutely murk the hell out of you. Otherwise, I mean, this is a massive AO2, so Op4 doesn't really have a lot of room to branch out. If there were more players, you could probably see some more solid defensive lines set up outside of this AO, but it's not worth the risk. Helicopter, I mean, could pick up a bunch of people and deploy them back here, and then they just use the tree lines to get up to the objective. Both Mike teams are going to be fully stacked and looking for each other's autocannon vehicles. I'm going to be honest, it's going to be it's not going to have that much infantry actually doing the objectives, because a lot of support assets are in play for both sides. So anything's possible here. But, I mean, Blue 4, simple plan. Just drive, boop, boop, dismount, run in. Second plan, they could try to come in from the north and utilize some of these buildings as Overwatch, and then come in with those, but, I mean, that creates some pretty nasty kill zones for them to have to deal with. Op4, simple plan, just hold the objective. Send your autocannon vehicles out, try to intercept Blue 4 as they come in. Literally take both vehicles, have one go up this way, and then come down the MSR. Other one, got to be a little more tricky with. Come down this way, and then follow this rail line, or that's a power line actually, and then go up that. But those are the two main routes Blue 4 is going to take, and if they don't take them, then just bring the vehicles up, because then they're, you know, doing something cheeky like this. And then they're going all the way around. But you want your autocannons to kind of be out of position when you're playing defense, because if they're just in here, then they're just going to be not really that effective. But FNF is never really predictable what the players do, so you never know what's going to happen. Let's see. Rereading chat here. When Malin's drone killed my entire squad during one Christmas op years ago. Hell yeah. Just saying, I got an Arma medal. Wait, a medal for Arma Esports. When did you get that? Don't friendly fire the drone. Yeah, right? Like 2 years ago? Huh. Neat. Ah, yes, ESM did medals. Yep, yep. I don't think they're active anymore, but they were cool. They were pretty cool. I wasn't ever really able to appreciate what they did, though, because I was already doing so much PvP stuff, and I didn't really have a lot of room on my plate for additional PvP things. They recently restarted for a winter season? Cool. I wish them well. Are they just bullying Dobbs here and running him over? Are they trying to knock him into the pond? Alright, we're witnessing cyberbullying in a nutshell. Dobbs deserves it. What did he do? What did this man do to warrant such bullying? Things and stuff, I bet. Stuff and things. It's always stuff and things. I assume he's just AFK and people are messing around. Oh, they're running over all the walls, too. He exists in the wrong place. Round 2. All right, so Dream is not feeling it tonight for DayZ, so we probably won't have sound bites, but we'll see what Razor says. What if Razor isn't available? I might ask Ian to do it. Because it's been a while since we've done DayZ. Killing Alan Malin are talking about a pay for pain from a few weeks ago. What are these guys doing? Are they... Oh, they're trying to armor the Humvee with the wheels. This is what players do when they're bored. Also, it was a 13-minute save start because there's 2 minutes off. Oh, well. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Oh, you're going back over 5 years. God damn. I think the Humvees realize that this might be, I remember, I think Ace updated recently, but these used to have physics when they were being carried. So if someone rammed them into you, if someone hit you with them, you would get armored regardless. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was really hoping cats would armor it when the round started and kill themselves with it. All right, Blue 4 taking a second to do a start here. BMP3 already booking it out. I do like that. I'm hoping it's going to go aggressive here. I don't know where the 80 Alpha is. Looks like it's just staying back here. Op4 also potentially moving their statics around. They might try to be aggressive here. CH53 has taken off. It's staying low. Looks like Blue 4 are trying to move all their forces. Because they want to take this little bridge to go over the train track. But can the BMP3 get here and set up Overwatch? If the BMP3 does what I thought it would do and just go down the MSR, it could murder everybody here. And I am for that. What did he... What? Oh, this camp. Yes. Yes. We're about to see something pretty epic. Come on, autocannon, don't let me down here. You let me down. You let me down. You let me down. Mm-hmm. Yep. You, wow. You know how we sometimes watch these PvP ops, like OFCRA yesterday, where we watched the attacking side Blue Force snatch defeat from the Jaws of Victory? Because they had the perfect setup, and then they sent, like, 40% of their infantry on a completely different vector from the objective, and they all got slaughtered. And then when the rest of the infantry were pushing into the objective, they had no autocannon support, because all of their IFVs, for whatever reason, were, like, multiple kilometers behind them for some stupid reason. All that positioning. And when you go up to bat, you just strike out. You just whiff it. You literally had them dead to rights. And you just... Okay. Okay. Damn. You know, unironically, side note, I don't know how far the VODS channel goes back to. I know I didn't start with it. But I know it might be back to 2020, I'd say. I think we have CC06 on there. Or yeah. But yeah. Well, I was hoping Op4 would get like a really easy W from that by killing at least half of the Blue 4 convoy, but instead we got a bag of coal for Christmas there. Goddamn. Anyway. Then you got Op4 setting up crazy battle lines outside of the main AO, and this is just going to open the door for Blue 4 to just waltz right in or just bypass them entirely by deploying outside. God damn. So which one do you bet Blue for? Looks like you're gonna win at this rate. Which one do you bet Op for? Op for, I'm sorry for you losing your points in advance. Now it's not over until something crazier happens, but no killing because I think they were deleted by then. But I don't know. I don't know what the oldest channel on Liru's VODs is, to be honest. It's been years. But it'll be fun, though. When I'm super old, I'll have years' worth of content to reflect on myself. And then I'll quickly skip through it because I even find my younger self from 5 or 6 years ago cringy as hell, so. We learn. We live and let learn. Hold on. Is the BRDM going to get lucky? No, excuse me. The BTR-80 Alpha might get lucky. It might catch the LAV. LAV versus a BTR-80 Alpha, though, I've never seen the BTR-80 Alpha win. Fonz gets out. Is the gun disabled? Alright, so Op 4 have lost both of their autocannon vehicles. Somehow this flank actually catches people. And Fonz blows away Banks with the MP7. Oh, so that was Command that they caught out in the corner. That's funny. They don't kill him, but they make him go away. So I have to then say this was a successful defensive job, and that hurts me. What are the odds they arma each other right now? Looks like Blue 4 are trying to deploy the rest of their infantry. Oh, no, they're still completely separated. They're doing a pincer. Interesting call, but you also have to remember their infantry is super spread out. And very thin because they have a lot of units on support assets. But now, you don't need the Mike team anymore because both autocannon vehicles are down, so they can just fire their rounds at infantry. That's 6 free noob tubes and then a 7th HE round. The op was 6 years ago, so that was 2019. Oh, man. That would have been me still in college then. What are you doing? What? Why? What? 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 Ian tries to save himself with the lag switch. He's still dying. Colas is on 2 kills at least. Beyond that, I can't really tell ya. Well, that was something. For lack of a better word, that was something. It'd be really funny if they landed hotel and had them be the 3rd vehicle crew. And then Blue 4 had 3 autocannon vehicles. That would be the funniest thing. And then they just storm the AO. Then it means Op 4 Mat team would have to really put in work. But damn, there's been some things that have happened that hurt my brain. That really, really hurt my brain. Oh, so Taco was trying to get some ranging, but he wasn't able to. Oh, that was actually pretty close. Yeah, so he had his co-pilot get out, and now they're using all 3 autocannon vehicles. Bro. The Cord just shot the engine out, and Pierce gets punished for flying in the open. Well, Pierce lived as he died, flying or moving over open fields and getting killed. Good job, Pierce. Love you, buddy. Rest of the player base is now coming into the AO. Just have a barrage of autocannon fire coming in. RPG misses. Main fight's also beginning, as the player base has both sides of the pincer come in, and the autocannon vehicles are just bullying what we have here. Alright, let's look back at the main event here. Blue 4 starting to infiltrate. You got Op 4 on some areas here to have second story coverage, so they might be able to see him. I think Pingus just saw Depso take some shots. He's forced to pull back. Meanwhile, you got more Blue 4 pushing in from the forest over to the west, but they're spotted by Op 4. Wow, you even have some far shots coming in from the further back garrison to the east. And it looks like one Blue 4 guy was taken out. Was he the AT gunner, though? Yep, so Swallow with the AT gun's taken out right here. But it looks like Mike has picked it up. And you have the autocannon vehicles now bypassing, and now they might try to come in and assist with the operation here. Infantry-wise, though, Op 4 still seems pretty good on the objectives. December 29th, 2018. God damn. Explosive satchel goes off, taking out a building, but all three players survive inside. RPG goes out, and Noob Tube's a guy. Zixme. Depso trying to find an angle on any Op 4 that are running. He might get one. He cripples one, and he's still crawling out. Gets a kill. Blue 4 moving in. They've bypassed the Mike team, and now they're just basically charging up to the objectives here. RPG hits the vehicle. What are you shooting at? Why? What? I give up. I guess the ghost of Christmas presents here or something. I don't freaking know. Beautiful shooting by T there. It takes a bit of the magazine, but he's able to get the knockout on Todd there. We might see them try to repair the autocannon and then use it to demo the vehicle here. A few more shots go in. Pravitz on 2 kills, by the way. He does have an RPK. He's going to hear the doors open. Grenade. And there goes Private, but he's shot in the head. I think Jesse got that kill there. And now they just need to AT that objective. Op4 have some infantry coming in from the rear, but I think this is over. Unless Emil comes out. Ah, so Emil was Op4 command. So Lurch and Depso are explosive specialists, but they can also just mag dump with autocannon. Cord Static gets some shots in. Gets a knockout on the gunner for the 117. BTR 80 Alpha is responding with some that's 7.62 PKT fire. AT is also hurt. I think Op4 is trying to noob 2 people from the rear, but it looks like a tree caught that round. Ooh! Damn. Op4 are down to less than 10 people. Blue 4, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. So there's practically a 2-to-1 advantage right here. But you do have Mike coming on the rear of Blue 4. That's another pickoff. Can they potentially break Blue 4 apart by causing them to focus on 2 separate angles? Tackle ends up in a 1v1 with Jesse. I like the aggression with the GLs, but a tree branch knocks that grenade over. Second grenade goes a little too far. Both of them going for the exact same angle. Look at this lineup. If that member of Mike team didn't have a GL ready, he would have had Jesse dead to rights because Jesse had an animation lock issue. Damn. He's lucky that I didn't cook off and blow the building up. I would have killed a man in there. All right, destroy objectives down. RPG goes in, misses. The 117. More GLs coming out, but they're wide. And it looks like Jesse's now swinging around, killing off more of Mike team. Lurch ends up in a 1v1. Ash trying to come around. Jesse on him. Jesse gets the knockout. The camp, god damn it. And there's the double tap. I think that's Jesse on 4 now. Yep. I think the trigger didn't fire properly. Ooh. Yep. Yes, that BTR 90, I believe, is destroyed. Now you got the vehicles harassing some of the remaining infantry here. GL's going around that LAV. T has a stolen RPK. Tries to go up the ladder. There we go. Great pickoff there. Depso on 4 kills as well. Four op 4 remain. Looks like he's firing at some of the blue 4 over here, trying to do a cross-building thing. Autocannon returns with some of its own fire. Now they're opening the doors to try to kill anyone that's here. Autocannon fire tears through the floor and gets him killed. Blue 4 capturing the sector. And then you got the terminal right here. Op4 don't have any defenders on the areas here. This is pretty much the beginning of the end. Sector will be taken in another 90 seconds, and the terminal's going to be a 2-minute. Looks like there's a bit of blue on blue going on, though. And an RPG is fired. Because Blue 4 might think that's a hostile vehicle. Even though friendlies have garrisoned it. Jesse ending up in another 1v1 with Major Khan. Major Khan has the SVD. But it's not enough. Jesse on 5 kills. 2 Op4 players remaining. Sector has another 10 to 15 seconds on it. Emil is spotted. He's taking fire. Dodging most of those shots. He's trying to set explosive satchels to bait the vehicles to come up to him. Not a bad idea. Not some bug text, but Fawn's getting his 3rd kill. Emil the last one, but the objective's right here. Vehicles driving into the building. I wonder if he set it on a timer and it might blow the building up. That'd be pretty funny. FNF kill record is 21. Arguably 23 or 24 by the legendary man, the myth, the Audrey Hotto. I think he got more kills recently, though, in a War Games event. But that's a 3-life thing. They're pre-firing the corners. There's the hack. That's going to be GG because Emil cannot get to this objective in 2 minutes. There's too many Blue 4 in the way. I'd love to see him do it, though, because that'd be some crazy content. Anyway, guys, we will be back in 45 minutes for being on the ground with the 5th OML. I'll be playing as a guardsman, chilling with Valkyrie. And there he is. If that didn't get him, the grenade would have. That is GG. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.